Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about why I chose to purchase the Dell XPS 9570 over the MacBook Pro in just a second. Okay, so the reason I chose to purchase the Dell XPS 15 over the MacBook Pro really came down to it was more affordable and it had better specs. My Dell XPS 9570 comes loaded with an 8th gen i7 processor. It has a carbon fiber deck with an aluminum top, just like the MacBook Pro. The display is a 15.6 inch 4K Ultra HD Infinity Edge anti-reflective touch display, which I love. It also has a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti graphics card. I have 32 gigabytes of memory on this laptop. I also have 1 terabyte of solid state drive. With the ports, you get 1 SD card slot, 2 USB 3.1 Gen 1 ports with PowerShare, 1 Thunderbolt 3 port with power delivery, 1 HDMI 2.0 port, and 1 headset. And the power button is also a fingerprint reader. I would definitely recommend this to someone looking to handle heavy editing in a design workflow. So let's go over the pros and cons of this laptop. So let's start with the pros. For the pros, I really love the 4K Ultra HD touch display that the Dell here gives you. I feel like the colors are so rich, sometimes a bit saturated, but if you're a gamer or you're into movies and you love watching movies on your laptop, this would definitely be the way to go. I actually love watching movies on my TV and not really my laptop, but if I'm stuck in a situation and I have to use my laptop to watch movies, then that's really a plus for me. I love the way the colors pop. I just overall love the display. I also like the aesthetics of the laptop and its build quality. It's like got that heavy feel, and quite honestly, it feels just like a MacBook Pro. It's got the aluminum top and bottom. And like I said, overall, the aesthetics and the build quality is just amazing. And last but not least, I know this is gonna be minor to some, but I like the backlit keyboard. My last laptop did not have a backlit keyboard, and I would sometimes find myself using it at night, like struggling to see what I was trying to look for and type. And with the backlit keyboard, it's just amazing. You just look down and bam, it's lit. So yeah, I love that. Now let's go over the cons, which are not really a deal breaker for me when it comes to saving $800, but it may be for you. Cons would be the saturation in the 4K display. It's not accurate from what others see. So like if I export a video out of Premiere and I put it up on YouTube, if I view it on my TV, it does not look like my 4K display. If I view it on my other monitor in the back or even my phone device, it does not look like this 4K monitor here. So with that being said, if you don't have an external to hook up to the laptop, I don't know if there's some way to calibrate the colors in this laptop, but it's definitely off a bit. It's definitely off a bit. Everything looks a little darker and saturated than it does when I'm exporting it out. So that's something to think about. Also the webcam. Usually laptops will have the webcam on the top of the lid, and whereas the Dell 9570 has the webcam on the bottom, and it's annoying. I had a couple Zoom sessions and I just kind of felt like people were looking up at me the whole time, because every time I looked at myself I could see inside my nose, my nostrils. So I didn't like that. And the last thing would be The speakers are on the bottom of the laptop, kind of somewhat pointing down. Most laptops have top firing speakers where, you know, it's level, you can hear the sound coming out, and I just really don't like the way the speakers sound. I don't like it. I think that's about it. Oh, last but not least, the NVIDIA graphics cards. When you first get the laptop, you have to download the drivers, and I thought that the laptop was going to be ready to go right out of box. So I'm thinking something's wrong with the laptop. Yeah, so you have to download the drivers. I didn't know I was gonna have to download the drivers myself. I thought the laptop would be ready to use out of box, and it definitely wasn't. So that's another con, and probably my last con for this laptop, the Dell XPS 15. Overall, I would recommend that you get this laptop if you want to save money and you want something that measures up to the MacBook Pro. Like I said, the feel and build quality is pretty much the same, and the specs are great. I haven't had any issues. That's why I wanted to wait 4 weeks to do the review, so I had time to just play around with the laptop, get a feel for it, and, you know, edit with it, design with it. I didn't want to do a review right after I got the laptop where I've only had it for a couple days and I'm saying all these great things about the laptop, when we really know that when you first get something, you're in the honeymoon stage. You know, I don't think I've ever bought something and then, like, right off the bat, unless something was wrong with it, I was like, oh man, I don't like this. You know, I loved it because it was new. You know, it's like sometimes you just live with certain things because you just got it and it's just brand new and you're in that honeymoon stage. But now that I'm out of the honeymoon stage, I have my pros and cons list, and there are certain things I like about the laptop and there are a few things that I don't like about the laptop, but I can live with those things. So yeah, for the money, I think it's a great buy. I'll drop links below on where you can purchase it. I'm glad I went ahead and pulled the trigger on the Dell XPS 15 instead of the Mac. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys really enjoyed the review on this laptop. I hope I helped some of you guys out in making your decision. Overall, it's a great buy. And thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, please drop them below in the comments. I'll check them out and get back to you guys. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.